If you're over 50 and you're struggling with kneecap pain, we're going to explain the main cause and share some effective strategies and exercises to help relieve the pain and hopefully prevent it in the future. If you haven't met yet, I'm Gavin. I'm a personal trainer of over 13 years and I've personally had 8 knee surgeries.
And I'm Alex. I'm a physio with 21 years experience being a physiotherapist in private practice.
So we run New Zealand's only fitness and physio studio for people over age of 40, and with about 35 years experience, we help people go from injury or pain to doing the things they love without fear, stiffness or setbacks.
At our studio, a big part of what we do is help people fix knee pain, from arthritis and old injuries to post-surgery recovery, stiff knees, and everything in between.
Before we dive in, if you would like a free knee strengthening guide that shows you 5 simple exercises to reduce pain and build stronger knees at home, just comment knees down below and we'll send that over to you absolutely free.
The reason you have kneecap pain comes down to a couple of reasons. So number one, you've got, quite often you have a tight, what we call IT band. Okay, so the IT band is a structure on the outside of your thigh. And this is one of the first structures to tighten up or get stiff when there's something not quite right with the way you walk. So usually it comes down to a bit of a muscle imbalance. So for example, your glutes might be a bit weak or there's some kind of other muscle imbalance, your IT band tends to get tight. Now, another reason why your kneecap can be quite painful is weak quadricep, or particularly VMO muscle, which is on the inside of your thigh, okay? Now, think of these two structures, the IT band and the VMO, as 2 pulleys. So one is on the outside, one is on the inside. So usually there's a bit of a balance between the two. So one pulls the kneecap out, the other one pulls the kneecap in. And when these two forces are about the same, everything is fine. But when the IT band gets a bit too tight and the VMO gets a bit too weak, there's an imbalance. And suddenly the kneecap starts to slide out of position. And the fact that the kneecap is now sitting in a bit of a wrong spot, it starts to grind, and that essentially is what causes what we call patellofemoral pain. Some people call it runner's knee, but you don't have to be a runner to get this, but this would be one of the most common reasons for knee pain. Okay, so first of all, we're going to address the tightness in IT band. And look, there are different stretches that you can do for IT band, but in my experience, because of where it is actually very hard to stretch it. So the best way to loosen your IT band is to actually use what's called a foam roller right here. Hopefully you've seen one of these things. So we're going to use that to perform, you could call it a self-massage in a way, okay? So Gavin is going to place the foam roller right against the wall. He's going to stand. He's going to pretty much lean against the foam roller. Now, just so it doesn't put too much stress on your other knee, I'm going to ask Gavin to put his arm against the wall. So hopefully the majority of your weight goes up on the shoulder and also onto the foam roller, okay? So what you're going to do now is you're going to raise your right foot just a tiny bit off the floor, okay? And then you're going to bend your left knee to just kind of produce like a little bit of a roll against your thigh. So the foam roll is going to roll up and down your thigh a little bit. Okay? If the knee of the standing leg is quite sore, you can actually hold on to another chair just to redistribute the weight a little bit better. Okay, so again, you're going to lean against the wall, you're going to lean your thigh against the foam roller, but you're also going to hold on to a chair as well to help distribute the weight. And so again, you're going to bend your left leg a little bit more so that the foam roller will kind of roll against your thigh. And that way you may get a little bit of discomfort. So a little bit of discomfort is okay as long as the pain is not too intense. Just keep doing it for about a minute on each leg.
So just for you guys to know, the IT band runs right from your hip, isn't it? Right down the side of the knee. So it's quite a big space that you've got a sort of foam roll. So you essentially start off at the bottom this way, still lean, and then lift the leg or bend your knee down a little bit just to hit every single part, because it's very hard to do a one-legged squat for the whole sort of side of that IT band. So it feels a bit awkward, but once you find the spot, it actually is quite sore. And when you do find that soreness, just hold this a little bit, would you say, and just to get it going. But again, you can just gently bend that knee and lean into it, and you can actually feel it's quite tight. So just for a question for Alex, how many weeks or months would you reckon you need to do this for to get a good benefit?
It is a little bit of a how long is a piece of string. So it depends how tight your IT band is. So it varies from mild to severe, okay? Usually within a week, you start to see a little bit of a change, okay? So I wouldn't actually, especially if you're starting out doing this exercise, I wouldn't recommend doing it every single day, because if you put quite a bit of pressure on your thigh and you do it daily, it might actually cause a bit of bruising. So I'll probably say have a 1 day off in between. So you do it today, if it's a Monday, then you do it again on a Wednesday and then again on a Friday, okay? I think within probably a week, maybe 2 weeks, you should start to see a little bit of a change in your IT band area.
All right, guys, that's the video. So today we talked about the IT band. Now, if you are looking for some really good strengthening exercise, we've already made a video on that, okay? So visit the video in the top corner there. It's going to walk you through 5 of our most effective exercises. It talks about physio exercises and strengthening exercise as well. And don't forget, if you would like a copy of our free knee strengthening guide, comment knees down below. But head to that video and we'll see you shortly.